my most important jobs in the Berenike project as co-director is fundraising. And between 1994 and 2001, the project, which was 8 seasons, was a joint U.S.-Dutch one. And we were fairly generously supported both from the Dutch side and from the American side. From my side, from the American side, we had a number of private donors, and we also had generous support from the National Geographic Society. We had support one season from National Endowment for the Humanities. Unfortunately, we were not able to make use of that money because the project came to a halt in 2001 after the problems that year. And then when the project renewed in 2008 briefly for the 1 week geomagnetic survey, and then from 2009 on until this last season, funding has been much more difficult. We've had, of course, to reestablish our track record with the funding organizations. Which means that we need, of course, to publish the results of the 2008, 9, 10, 11 seasons as quickly as possible. And once we've done that, we'll have a much better shot at applying for large outside grants such as National Endowment for the Humanities. Now, these most recent seasons, 2008, 9, 10, 11, would not have been possible without the very generous support of a number of private individuals and institutions. The bulk of the money, however, from the most recent seasons, 2009 to 11, have been out of my own pocket. And I'm more than willing to do this. The work is incredibly important. But of course, there's a limit to the amount of finances that I can actually provide to the project. So we're always, of course, in desperate need of funding from private donors who might care to support the project. It's very, very important that we continue this work for a number of reasons. First of all, the site is extremely important when it comes to understanding the global economy and antiquity, both at the cultural and the commercial levels. The interaction between peoples and states at those levels, understanding them is very important. Of key consideration is the development of the area. Tourist development along the Red Sea coast of Egypt, building hotels, tourist infrastructure has until recently gone at a very rapid rate, and while we at Berenike have not yet suffered the consequences of that, it will be soon. I doubt that it's going to be too much longer that the tourists, the hotels and so on won't be appearing south of Ras Banas where we're located. So obviously it's that concern, that worry, that leads us to want to continue work here in order to make sure the site is preserved, protected, understood against the onslaught of the developers, the tourists, and of course the antiquities hunters.